It was just another average morning, or at least that's what I thought. I was sitting at my desk, scrolling through social media, feeling this creeping emptiness. Everyone around me seemed to have it all figured out. They were living their dreams, posting pictures of their success, and there I was, stuck in a cycle. I had been working hard for years, chasing after a goal that everyone else seemed to want. But as I sat there, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I wasn't living my own dream. I was living someone else's. This wasn't the life I had imagined. It was a life built on comparisons, on fulfilling the expectations of others. And deep down, I knew I was losing myself in the process. But how do you break free from that? How do you stop chasing someone else's dream when it's all you've known for so long? That question haunted me. What if the key to finding happiness isn't in chasing someone else's dream, but in discovering your own? But how do you even begin when you've spent years running after the wrong thing? Little did I know, the first step was right in front of me. But I had no idea how much this was going to change my life. Stay tuned as I share what I discovered, and how it made all the difference in stopping the endless chase for a life that wasn't mine. As I sat there, wrestling with the realization that I wasn't living my own life, I felt a sense of urgency. I needed answers. I couldn't just keep going on like this, pretending everything was fine, while I slowly lost my sense of self. That's when I stumbled across an article that seemed to speak directly to me. It was titled, 10 Life-Changing Steps to Stop Chasing Someone Else's Dream. At first, I was skeptical. Another motivational article promising to change my life? But something about it felt different. It was as if the universe was nudging me to pay attention. I read on, and with each step, a piece of the puzzle started to fit. The first step was clear: stop comparing yourself to others. For the first time, I realized how much of my time and energy had been spent measuring myself against other people's lives. I was constantly looking at what others had, what they were achieving, and feeling like I was falling behind. No wonder I felt empty. I was living according to their standards, not my own. But here's the thing. I wasn't ready to completely let go just yet. The more I read, the more the steps resonated with me, but it felt like I was standing on the edge of a cliff, not sure if I should jump. Could I actually break free from this cycle? Could I really stop chasing someone else's dream and finally live for myself? The more I thought about it, the more I realized I had nothing to lose. The next steps in the article felt like they could be the key to unlocking a life that I could truly call my own. But would I have the courage to follow them? It wasn't easy at first, but I knew I had to take that first step. I decided to stop comparing myself to others. At first, it felt like I was missing out on something, like everyone else had the secret to life that I didn't know about. But slowly, I began to feel a sense of freedom I hadn't experienced in years. I stopped scrolling endlessly through social media, trying to measure up to people whose lives I knew nothing about. Instead, I started focusing on my own path, even if it was uncertain. The second step from the article hit me hard. Focus on what brings you joy, not what others expect from you. I realized I'd been so busy trying to live up to external expectations that I had forgotten what truly made me happy. So, I gave myself permission to step back and think, what do I actually want to do? It wasn't easy, and there were days when I felt lost, but with each small step, I felt like I was building something more meaningful. As I followed these steps, my life slowly started to shift. I began to feel more fulfilled, more in control. But I couldn't stop there. The more I applied these changes, the more I realized that my life had so much potential. Potential I had never tapped into before. I began to wonder, what other steps could change my life even more? And that's when I realized the biggest truth of all. Living for yourself isn't a destination, it's a journey. There's always room to grow, and with each step, I felt a little closer to the life I was truly meant to live.